Yeah, it's kind of normal. I mean, I was wondering what you were talking about, where you were leading this, because for us, this is just standard operating procedure. So it's almost been somewhat quiet because of the circumstances, although we still have this mysterious evaluation for Robert. But, it's the NFL. It's either Brady, Goodell, or in our case, our quarterback situation.
Doc Walker, ESPN 980, Washington. With Cousins winning that battle, was that, Doc, a surprise for you when they made that announcement? Was that something that kind of was a surprise?
Not at all. I mean, I watch every practice, so no.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a command over it. Colts had a command over it because they have an advantage over Robert when it comes to the drop back pass. That's what they've done. If they were running read option, he'd smoke them. But they're not. They're running Jay Gruden's offense, and some offensive coordinators and head coaches, it's their philosophy to tailor their system to their talent. Others make the talent adjust to the system, and that's what we have.
A lot of people suggest when they made that trade that, or now 2 or 3 years later, that the Redskins got absolutely fleeced. And I've always said, look, Washington at least won the division. He went to the playoffs. St. Louis still hasn't been there. A couple of years later now, though, how is that trade viewed in Washington?
Well, it depends on. I mean, I'm in talk radio, so most of my listeners are fans. Mm-hmm. So I don't really measure that. That's an emotional reaction to people that are passionately involved, and it's like watching the kids play soccer. The fact of the matter remains, over 20 years, last couple of decades here, they've went to the playoffs twice or whatever, and the kid won the division. They haven't been able to do it without him in a long while. So it was a flash. It was like, wow. So there is life again, and they won 7 in a row, but then it's gone, and it only makes sense because they drafted him to run an offense that they fired the guy that was the architect of it, and allegedly he refused to run it. So it was a natural course to where we are now. I'm really not alarmed by it at all.
I was going to ask you, so is it that player just doesn't fit, or does he just not have the talent to win in this league? I mean, here's a guy, as you said, he won 7 in a row, went to the playoffs. Does he just not fit a conventional style of offense? Is this not a guy that you can win in the NFL?
I'll start back at the top. He won Rookie of the Year running read option.
Yeah.
Okay, then allegedly he claimed he didn't want to run that. So they ended up firing the coach. They brought in a guy that doesn't give a damn about the read option. He runs his system. The prerogative that coaches have is they get the chance to run their system. I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I am saying that some coaches adapt their system to their talent. Then others say, no, this is my system, and they conform to it. I actually thought before you traded Barkley that it'd be a nice swap to have Barkley here and Griffin there, because the Eagle offense is conducive to his skill set, and our West Coast offense here is conducive to Barkley's. I always thought that was a misfits. But it's the league. Guys have to conform to it. And then we'll see. I don't criticize a guy who's never done something. And I'm not ignorant enough to think just because you're good at one thing, you're good at everything. That's stupid. So he ran the read option to perfection. He's learning a drop back system. He didn't run it in high school. He didn't run it in college. So why on earth would he master it here? Osmosis? I mean, do you really think that it's that easy? If you do, you're an idiot.
Good stuff from Doc Walker, ESPN 980 Washington. I agree with you. You're asking the guy to do something. I say the same thing with guys who think that Tebow is a conventional quarterback. If you're asking him to throw, that's not what his strong suit. He's not going to be able to throw the ball in this league, and that's why a lot of people think he can't play the quarterback position. We'll see what's in Robert's future.
Philadelphia was his best bet, and I love what Chip said. Chip said, hey, the guy improved. He got better. He looked more comfortable. But it's just not at the level I'm comfortable with to compete.
Yeah.
And that was
no doubt about it.
That was honesty. And for the life of me, I felt that way about Barkley. I never understood why Chip saw Barkley. But he tried to make him. Now, but that's the coach's prerogative, man. These guys are they're like jewelers to me, guys who look through those little magnifying glasses. They're reading stones, clarity. That's what they do. So we'll find out. And you've got 10 weeks, 10 wins, back-to-back seasons to prove he's on to something. And what it is, we're all anxiously awaiting. But at least he's on to something. He's not 4-12.
We hope not. That would be a disaster. I think the goals are a lot higher. Doc Walker with us, looking at the Redskins. Doc, how is our friend Deshaun Jackson fitting in year number 2?
Oh, he's smooth as silk, man. I love the guy because, he just does his thing. He's the ultimate NFL. He's like a mercenary, and that's what I think everybody smart in this league ought to be. You don't fall in love with anything. You do your job. You try to be the best at it, and you sell your services to the highest bidder. And, the guy works hard. He's in shape. See, I don't have a problem with guys that are in condition. My problem with guys that don't love the process. Guys who don't want to train. Guys don't lift. Guys that cut corners. I hate their guts. Because they're as a season ticket holder, I'm paying a lot of money to watch you perform. I expect my musicians to play all night, to practice, and make be rats, to be in the gym. I want gym rats, and so he's that. Deshaun's always training. He's always he can hit top speed at a moment's notice, and if he's on the field, if we could actually get somebody to complete the forward pass. Now he gives you something not a lot of people have. I think you saw. I don't know what people think in Philadelphia, but again, you're insane if you think you were as good as you could have been without this dude because of what he does to the defense. He makes everybody else better, and that's a fact. Now you may not like him, but what he does for you, you haven't replaced.
I was a D-Jack fan, and I thought last year not having him here on last year's team hurt them. Yeah. I don't know about this year. It seems like a different. Yeah, I think it's a different team now without LaShawn and obviously with the different running game here. But in Washington, they got Deshaun. The quarterback's obviously up in the air. Alfred Morris in the run game. What is the identity of this Redskins offense?
Well, whenever in this league, it's a quarterback-driven league. So now Kirk, and you've seen Kirk at his best. And up in Philadelphia, we had one of his better games. He's still a young guy. He's 4 years in the league. He's played equivalent maybe to almost one full season. He gets the ball out of his hands. So your pass rushers will hate him. They love Robert, but they'll hate him because he gets the ball out of his hands. And so if you avoid sacks, as you guys well know, if you just eliminate the bad or minimize the bad plays, then you got a chance if you're good on special teams and you can put pressure on the quarterback. And I think that's everybody's goal. And but it all comes up front. It's going to be your answer to Philadelphia is going to be up front. And if you can open up some holes for you and get your ground game going and protect your quarterback, you're going to be really good. But this is a game of attrition. Who can survive losing a lineman? Who can survive losing a pass rusher or a corner? To me, those are the three lifelines of a team. And if you stay healthy at those three, you should be pretty good. If not, then it becomes a challenge.
Doc Walker, ESPN 980. I do a thing on Wednesdays called the Fine Five and the Ugly Five, the five best and the five worst. I have the Redskins as one of my uglies, the five worst teams in the league. Is that accurate, or do you think that they are one of the five worst teams in the NFL?
Well, history says that if they're not in the bottom five, they're going to be close to it. They're bottom 10. No one can defend that. I watch them every day, so I know the talent is grossly improved. I mean, they've got Terrence Knight now. He's about 500 pounds at nose tackle. If he can't swallow up some people, then they'll just never win. Paya, they're better right now with Golston. I mean, our secondary was horrible. We had the slowest guy in the league, or one of the slowest guys in the league in our secondary. That's changed. Everybody has question marks, but I think Ryan Kerrigan hasn't played. But I would think and again, we're just talking paper. At this point, they're much better than they were. Where they end up, I don't know. But I'll take this. If I would not think, and again, it's hard for me. I can't envision. I don't accept what has happened. I don't even understand what's happening here. But I can't envision them in the bottom five. If they are, that would be awful for me personally. I just think the personnel with Kirk Cousins at quarterback, I can't see that.
Doc Walker, everybody. Always talking Redskins when they are in town. We'll try to hook back up. It is our look at the NFC East Washington Redskins. Tough time's been down there. We'll see if Kirk Cousins can turn it around. Thanks, Doc. Always a pleasure.
Hey, dude, it's twice a year. I mean, I get a chance to have fun with Philadelphia. It's great because I get to go there and have a great night before the game, great food, great football people because they get it, and so I'm always available for you.
Awesome, and we hope to. I know that game is late in the year. We'll hope to talk to you before that too. All right, Doc.
It don't matter what it is, as long as it's going to be on, and I can't wait to get down there and get one of them cheesesteaks at Pat's. All right, appreciate it.